Today is the 24th day of January 2014, and we are most happy to have Ajit with us to speak about the early years of the ashram. Ajit, welcome.
Thank you.
When did you first come?
On the 12th of February 1945.
So you met Sri Aurobindo. You had his darshan.
Yes, we had his darshan. That time he was no more coming out regularly, but already he was coming out 4 times a year, which are the darshan days.
Yes.
So we were very few on those days. So we could stay 3 to 5, even 10 minutes in front of him.
I see.
And then go on, because as we are very few, we could stay longer.
Did he touch your head?
No,
at that
we
time?
could not.
It was earlier that he did that.
Yes.
Shobhadi has
Yes.
recounted that when, and also Noran Singh said that he would put his hand on their head. But this was after his accident, so he and mother stayed in the alcove.
Yes, in the alcove,
Right.
and we used to bring these flowers or garlands, and we used to put in front of the room. There was a tray, and we used to place them there, and next day mother used to give us back.
Oh, really?
Yes, those
I
garlands.
didn't know that. I see. And you could stay so many minutes in front of
Yes, we used to stay from 3, 4, 5 minutes.
How old were you when you first came?
I was 8.
8.
Yes.
And children were allowed to see mother
Yes.
frequently?
Yes, that time we could see mother quite many times. First time when I came, the day we arrived, we were about, I think, early morning at about 10 o'clock or so. We were standing with my father, my brother, my sister, and myself with my mother. We were standing near the Samadhi, which is now Samadhi. That time it was not there. There were ferns on that place. And we were standing on the left side of the Samadhi, that is where there is the filter water, that side. And mother
Be
is
the western side.
western side, and mother used to came on the window above Duman's room,
Yes.
and from there we saw her for the first time. And then I was so thin, and that at once I was taken to Nipendra, our doctor, to check up and take care of my health.
Ah, because you were frail.
I was very frail because we are coming from a very village, and just after the war, there was the famine of Bengal and all these things.
Yes, yes.
So even we did not suffer, but there was no rice. So my parents used to say were feeling very sad that they could not feed us properly. But we never felt hungry because we had our garden and forest, and my mother used to bring a lot of things. But that time, if we do not eat rice, that means we are not eaten. Like the French Revolution time, you see, without the bread, the people did not eat. So it is the same thing in India. If we don't have rice, that means we have not eaten.
And is that the same in the north as the south, or is it more wheat in the north?
No, in the northeast it is rice.
Rice. Okay, northeast.
Yes,
Ah,
northwest is wheat.
okay. So Punjab and
Punjab.
that area is
yes,
all
that area.
wheat.
Wheat.
Okay. So you came here as a frail child. What were your first memories of being before mother?
We were standing just there, and it seems we were seeing something divine, something etheric. As a child, it was the fairy tales for us. You see, for me at least, because for the first time also I was seeing an European in my life.
I see.
So everything as if it was mystical, something. It was wonderful. That only I can say, but it is difficult to express
Yes,
the feelings.
yes,
I
yes.
don't remember all the feelings of that time.
And when did you start? What memory do you have of first going to mother in her rooms?
We used to go often, and we used to also sometimes play hide and seek, and we used to hide sometimes below her chair, and so we were often in her room. We could go, we could come out, and all that.
And who was with you in those days? What of the early disciples were with you?
We were the family of Jahar family was there,
Ah,
and then the Ganguly family, they were there, and Jumur, Chom, they were also
I
there.
see.
Jumur and Chom was not in our class, but afterwards there were others also from the very beginning. I don't remember exactly, but Arun Kant, they joined us later on, Urmila's brother.
Uh-huh. And did you have opportunity to come close to any of the elder disciples like Nolini, Amrita, Pavitra?
Yes, I was very close to them
Ah,
because I became captain, as we say here, physical education teacher,
yes.
at the age of 12.
At the age of 12.
Yes, because we did not have physical education teachers at that time. Pranab Bhattacharya, who is the director, he chose some of us to help him, and like that we started teaching in the evening. What we learned, we used to teach, and very soon, at the age of 16, I started taking the responsibilities, and I became. At the age of 18, I was asked by the mother to take the responsibility of the playground, and I was shifted from my house, and I stayed in the playground itself.
Oh. Now, someone has told me that Pranab actually sent you to France, was it, to study
No,
physical
no,
education? Or how
yeah,
did-
not exactly like that, because I was organizing the physical activities and everything at that period in 1968, rather end of 1967. I reorganized the whole program of physical education, which is being done today. Because before, mother used to come and everybody used to follow mother, and the number of students had increased, and the competitions used to become more and more lengthy. So all the grounds were empty, and as mother was not coming, nobody used to come also to watch. So the physical education activities, which should be regular for every child, was not continuing. So I spoke to Pranab, and I said that Dada, because we call him Dada,
Yes.
I told Dada that see, we are wasting so much energy, so much time, and the children are not profiting of the physical education program that we are having here. Because of the competition seasons, everybody goes to the activity and it lasts for months. So let us make seasons for different activities, and different seasons, different groups will participate. So all these fields and the gymnasium, all will be occupied throughout the year. And every children will have physical activity every day. Now they won't be sitting on the gallery, or even some of them, the elders, were not coming even, because they are no more interested, because as mother was not participating, coming to the activities, so they were also not coming. So I spoke to him and I made the whole program, which is still continuing today.
Then did you go to France?
Then one day, while I was cleaning our godown, which is behind corner house, I was sitting on the footpath, and one of my friend threw a newspaper towards me, and I opened and I saw that French government is giving scholarship. So I spoke to Dada to ask mother, because that time mother was not coming out regularly because it was 68. So I expressed that I would like to go and learn more. So mother said, "Yeah, it's okay." So I applied, and in the meantime, the India government chose somebody from Patiala for basketball. So they saw my papers and files, and they said that we would like you to go, but we have no quota. So you write directly to the French government. So Pavitra helped me to write to the French government, and I got the scholarship directly from the French government. So I went in '68 after the events of May in France. I went in November 13th. I arrived in Paris with the scholarship, and I was naturally in the National Institute of Sports and Physical Education. There I started my studies. So when I was studying there, before that I went to mother, and mother blessed me to go. And on arriving, and I started my studies, they said, "You are coming from an ashram, you have got yoga, why do you want physical education?" So as that same year, the higher studies in physical education started. So I was asked to do the thesis on physical education. So I took the theme of place of physical education in the integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo. And as I went specially for artistic gymnastic, because that was in evolution. The athletics, football, cricket, they have not evolved so much. But gymnastic has evolved in these few decennies, you see. So I said that I went specially for gymnastic because I was more or less responsible of the gymnastics here. And I made the charts and other things for progressive program of gymnastic. So I went, and so it was place of physical education, especially of sporting gymnastic in the integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo. So the director read, and he was very happy. And then I also decided to get married. So I came back, and then I met mother, and we wrote to mother, Selvi and myself, we wrote to mother that we would like to get married. So she fell sick, we could not get the answer. I went back, and I finished my thesis, and after the examination, I got the answer that mother has accepted for the marriage.
I see.
So I came back, and we got married, and mother married us. And so upstairs, and
in a room.
In a room, and she gave us this ring, and she put me this ring, and I put one ring in her finger, and then we changed jasmine garlands, and then mother blessed us and said that I am there wherever you are, I am there always with you. So wherever work you find, you work. And the presence of mother we feel always wherever we are always doing mother's and Sri Aurobindo's work.
I would like to go back to those first days of your darshans with Sri Aurobindo. Can you tell us, as a young child, going before him and the mother, what you felt?
It was a special day. From the previous day, we used to feel happy. For this day, we are waiting for this day to come. And when as the time, because we used to go in line, and we used to wait, and the more we waited, the more enthusiasm was rising in us, and we were feeling more and more happy. And then when we stood in front, then everything was quiet. I could not think of anything. Just empty mind.
Temi has also told me this.
And I don't remember what we used to feel. But before there was happiness, then there was the silence. And after we came back, again slowly the happiness started coming up in us. That was what I remember at this moment.
For how many darshans did you have of Sri Aurobindo?
So from 1945 we came in February, so we had the first darshan was in February till 1950, and so 5 years. So 5 into 5, 25, 5 into 4,
5 into 4, yes.
20,
Yes.
and I missed one darshan because I had chicken pox. So I was not allowed to go.
Yes. When Mother began giving the balcony darshans, tell us about your experiences then.
We were staying at that time with my auntie, which is by the side of the balcony. Benjamin's house was there in the corner, and afterwards, Nata was staying in that.
Yes.
Before that, my auntie used to stay there, and the weaving department was started by my auntie, who came to Pondicherry in 1940. My father sent her with the weaving machine, and she started weaving things for Golconda. And so when we came, my mother came with my sister 1 year before us. In 1944 they came. When my father heard that the school had started in the ashram in 2nd December 1943, so my father sent my mother and Namita, my sister, in January 44. So 1 month after the school opened. So to see if she could stay here. And then she stayed there for 6 months, and then she went and told mother that she would like to stay here. So mother told, you tell your Kedar, that means my father, and the children to come. So we came next year. For arranging everything in the village, he arranged everything, and we came in, as I told you, in February 1945.
And
so that time,
yeah.
We used to wake up, have a bath, and at once come out of the room, and we are in front of the balcony.
Of course, yes.
That time it was the balcony darshan was at 6 o'clock. So we used to stay, most of the time I used to stand in the, that means in the west side corner of the road.
Okay.
So diagonally, not towards the ashram footpath, but towards the opposite footpath, so that we could see mother well.
So you had your own place.
Yes.
Yes.
So
we all did.
Yes.
We all did.
So I had my own place, and from there we could see her very well. And then we used to go to dining room, have breakfast, and then we used to go to the school.
Did you also feel, as so many have said, that Mother looked at everyone, and you felt the moment she was looking at you?
Yes, that is always that she, as if she used to look towards everybody, and we felt that this is the moment that she is looking at us. And we would naturally, as I said, that we used to look, but we never, I don't remember if we used to think or something or pray for something, I don't remember. It seems that our head became empty. But we used to just look, that's all. That is what I remember. But I don't remember that we used to think of something at that moment. Even we need not think that if she's looking at us or not looking. We used to look, that's all.
Now I have many questions about your schooling, and we can pick up that in a moment. But what about the playground, the days in the playground when Mother was there?
So I was asked to stay in the playground by the mother. It was one day mother sent a word, told me in the evening, because she used to come every day to the playground. She said that I have sent a word in the school, from tomorrow onward, you will come to the playground and take the responsibility of the playground. So my room was in the playground itself. So I said, Mother, let me go and for the last day to the school and tell my friends, even though we meet every day, but that is an occasion to tell that I'm leaving the school today. The mother said, oh, yes, yes, you can go. So I went next day and I told my teachers and everybody that mother has asked me to go to the and stay in the playground, and from today I'll be working in the playground. So I came to the playground, stayed there, and I continued. From that time onward, I continued physical education studies with the help of Pranab, Dada, and with my own initiative to increase my knowledge in physical education.
Did you attend a mother's classes in the playground?
Yes, every Wednesday I was the captain of the red group.
Ah.
And so our group had the classes on Wednesday, which has given rise to all the entretien. So I did not ask many questions. I used to attend and I used to assimilate, because when I think most of the time and till today also, if we can formulate the question properly, we get the answer, which mother also said.
In our consciousness.
Yes. So most of the time I had few questions, because when I formulated the question, I know the answer. So I did not feel like, so some used to say maybe I was timid, but I was very mischievous. I have, in all my teachers, they'll remember me. But everybody loved me like anything, because in studies I was not very much interested. I was more in the physical education. For 17 years, I was responsible, and from A to Z, the second December program was done by me. Naturally with
From
the help of
what year to what year?
from 1956 I did, I think 52, I think we did the first drill I did composed, which was the crane drill, and the mother liked it so much, which was last year in the history of physical education. During the second December program, they did 4 or 5 compositions of mine.
I see.
The cane drill, the symbol drill, the archers drill. They were all composed by me at the time. And naturally, the other also teachers composed, but the whole organization and the whole pattern of putting notice board and all that, making albums and all that for the second December, all I had put at that time in place.
Did you see mother regularly about this or write to her about?
No, I wrote very few,
Very few.
Practically nothing, because I used to see mother every day. So she used to come when she was coming in the playground. I used to say every day. And also so many things. For example, we are having in the beginning, the students were not very regular for physical education. So I made with my other teachers, and especially with me, there was Chandra, Parul and Arun Kant. They were, and myself, we are 4 captains of red group. So as they were not regular, I started the discipline badge. And the first month, we made the discipline badge with cardboard and silver paper. And then mother called, when mother gave that badge to 2 persons, I don't remember who got, I think it was Sumedha and somebody else got that first time. I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly. And then mother called Vasudha and said, you make it by embroidery.
Embroidery, yes.
And like that, the badge was embroidered for the discipline badge. Then those who could keep the badge for 1 year, they got 1 star banyan with a star. And if they could keep 2 years, 2 star, 3 years, 3 star.
I see.
So that is how I started that, and like that the students became more and more regular. So for this also I used to see, and then I used to also have many, we got interested in dramas and dance and all that. So many of the dance programs and other things I used to do. So mother used to correct us, and also the because before it were my elders' mother used to direct, but the first drama that I did, not dance program I used to do before also, but drama was the Vers l'Avenir. No, Ascension vers la vérité. Ascension vers la vérité was done. That time Tara and myself was the aspirant. Aspirant. So we were going every once a week. We used to go to mother's room in front of the darshan room, and mother used to ask to stand on her footstool and Sri Aurobindo's footstool to be on the height, and she used to make us repeat the drama there.
Yes. In front of her, you had to do it.
Yes, because she took from A to Z, she directed this, and everybody we used to go and we used to do in front of her. And once I remember another incident of this theatre. There was one dance drama. I think it is Chandi. Chandi is on Kali, and the normally Mahishasur. This the what is his name? I forget now. The Asura, whatever it is. The Asura was killed by Durga or Kali.
Kali.
Shambhu Nishambhu, I think that was drama. So mother tells, no, the demon should not die, he should be transformed.
We were talking about the dramas
Yes.
that you did and how mother saw to everything.
So yes, this was Ascension vers la vérité. So we were standing, mother asked us to stand on the footstools of mother and Sri Aurobindo. And it was, we were rehearsing in the hall where mother and Sri Aurobindo used to sit for the darshan, just in front of that room. Now we had also many other, I was telling that once in a dance program, I was the devil, the Asura, and mother said that Kali should not kill the Asura, but should be transformed. So the Sunilda was making the music, and Anuben was the composer, and Sunilda's wife Gauridi. We are four of us every day coming, but the music also was not traditional. They're saying I'm not getting any inspiration for the music, so the music was not ready, and the days were going on. All the scenes were over. Only the last scene for the transformation, that the Asura will get transformed and fall at the feet of the Divine Mother. That scene was not being composed because the music was not ready. 3 days before the show, Shunilda comes out with the music and say it's ready. So Anuben composes, I learn, and then it is ready on the day for the show. So as a Asura, I had to put a crown on my head, and when everything is over and last scene starts, as soon as my music starts and I was going to enter the stage, my crown moved and I thought that it will fall off. And at once I forgot everything what I learnt. I went in and I danced. I don't know what I danced. And I finished the show, fell at the feet, the curtain fell and everything. I thought it was a disaster that I did. So I was a little sad. Next day, I told Gauridi, because Gauridi was staying also in the playground and I was also staying in the playground. And so we are very close with Chunilda, who was my mathematics teacher before. So we were very close. And I told her that what a catastrophe I've done in this dancing and all that. I couldn't remember anything I don't know what. Let's say Gauridi told me it went quite well. but still I was not happy.
Mother saw that.
Yes, mother was sitting there on that day. So next day, because I used to see mother every evening, so I went to the mother in the playground in the evening, and then mother said, "Oh, it was wonderful what you did yesterday and all that." And at once I said, "Mother, merci, au revoir." Because, and then Gaurit is telling that, mother, why he wants to go away? Because he told me yesterday that he didn't do what was program and all that. Then mother caught me with her hand and said, no, I'm telling you what you did was. Then I said, then I did not do it, it is somebody else. Because I have forgotten everything what I used to do. And I can't do it second time because I don't remember what I have done. So,
Did you take part in all these first December's programs?
also because I did many dance dramas, because what happened in childhood, at the age of 9 I took initiative also with other students to ask Shahanadi to teach us singing.
Oh.
And she was teaching us singing. After 1 month she said to me, "You're out because you can't sing." I was so angry that next day I went to Anuben and I said that if I can't sing, I'll dance. So I asked Anuben to teach me dancing, and I asked all the boys to come and dance. And like that, the boys started dancing. And so from that day, there was all the shows, I was always present. Even I made Manoj, Manojda, everybody dance. Richard, Arvind Babu.
I see.
I made everybody dance at that time because by this initiative that I took. And then, so we used to do regularly dance dramas for 1st December. So that was, mother used to be there. And naturally, as physically I was not excellent, I don't think so, but I was one of the boys to be dancing. And then after that, when Monique Vieille came, she was the dancer of Monte Carlo, ballet dancer, and I went to her to ask her to start ballet, because on those days gymnastics for the girls were based on ballet dance. So when I used to try to read and understand the choreography of the Olympic Games of Rome, Mexico and all that, I could not understand what was arabesque, pas de bourrée and all these terms. So as she came, I asked her to teach us. She said that, yes, I'll teach you, but you have to do also program. I said, okay, I'll do programs. So we started putting up a group of ballet dance, and I danced for 9 years. Every year we had a show. So Monique was my partner for lifting and all that.
Yeah.
So I did 9 years of ballet also. And other dramas also we put up. Once what happened in the theatre, Udar said that it is very difficult to organize dramas in theatre out of 2nd December. So 1st December that time. Mm-hmm. So no other programs in the theatre. So I went and told mother that I won't take any help from them. I'll put up everything myself. Then mother said, okay, go ahead. So from dress and to everything, I asked my brother, Ranajit, to write the theatre. So he wrote the drama. And then with other boys, we put up the decor of the stage, painted and everything. We asked to ashramites for old saris and other things. We went to the Pondicherry shops to get cloth beads for making dress, and we made everything, and we put up shows, and we said that no expenses is required because we did ourselves everything. And they're saying for bus, they won't give us. Those who can come walking, they will come. So again, slowly, it started again the small programs apart from 1st December program. So these are small things which I used to take initiative for doing it.
Can you tell that earlier 1st December and 2nd December were held in the playground?
Yes.
So how it was going about, one after another, or
In the first year, I don't remember which year exactly. I think it is 45 or 46. The 1st December program was held in the meditation hall. Uh, there was a small drama and other things.
in the ashram?
Ashram meditation hall.
Mother
As
had
far
her
as I
chair,
remember.
Mother's chair was there?
No, no.
No.
No, it was mother came down and there was, and because there was, as far as I remember, and also then after that it was in the playground, the 1st December and also 2nd December
So
program.
same time, one after another it was held, or one in the morning, one in the evening?
I don't remember exactly. I think it was held in the same, no, 2 days different. I think it was held. As far as I don't remember exactly now. I cannot tell you. But that time the theatre program, also mother used to sit and see and direct also from that time onward.
Would she go to the theater and direct you?
Yes, she used to go every day for this Ascension vers la Vérité. She used to be every other day she was there to direct.
And for other place too?
Before, when it was in the playground for the elders, some of the French dramas were done, which were directed by mother. And that time Udar, Dayakar and others were, I was too small that time, but they were being directed by mother also.
Did you do any dramas with Savitri?
No, I did not do any drama with Savitri.
I wanted to ask you about the elder sadhaks. People have told us Nolini was very distant and I didn't have any association with him, and then they have told us just the opposite. He was warm and we could run to him anytime we wanted. And what was your experience?
As I became responsible of the playground quite early, everybody used to come to me and I used to show them also exercises and other things. I remember when Nalinda had hernia, so he used to come at about 4:30 in the playground for doing exercises. So I used to fix up the bench inclined so that the legs are up and head is down, so that he could do the sit-up for strengthening the stomach and all that exercises. I used to help him. He was, everybody used to think that he is very severe by his moustache, especially. You see. But he was really, I was, in my childhood, I was little unbearable student, a naughty boy, you can say. So I used to mingle with everybody. And I never found, they were so sweet to me, even as I was so mischievous, but they were very sweet and kind to me. I have troubled all my teachers, but they used to like me a lot. And Pavitrada also, I had a lot of connection with the Shishirda, Nipenda. They were very close. I started also worked with Nipenda. When we were sick with Nipenda, we go for fever or anything. He used to see what we have, and then he used to tell us what medicine you want. Green, yellow, red, blue. So we used to give a color, and he used to bring a bottle full of that red liquid inside. He used to take a long piece of strip of paper. He used to fold it, cut the 4 corners, and paste it. So that was the dose. So each morning and evening, or 3 times a day, we had to take that dose and say you'll get cured within 3 days. So we used to take that, and then after a few times I started helping him, and I came to know what was it. It was just syrup, no medicine. So because mother said that the minimum medicine he should give, so he used to treat us like that. See. And so we were always close. It was a family. They were like our elder brothers. We call them Dada. You see, Nipenda, Shunilda, Nalinida, Pavitrada. Everybody we used to call, and we used to behave with them in the same way. Sometimes we used to quarrel. Sometimes we used to love them, hang on them. It is.
Did you work with Amita in
Yes.
performances?
In dance, I
In
did.
dance.
Yes. And one anecdote which I remember of Amita Di, because she became our mathematics teacher when she was first when she started teaching us, and she was some of our classmates had 1 year or same age as her in our class. So she comes in and she says, "Bonjour mes enfants," and we got up and said, "Bonjour maman." So you see, so that was her experience. I don't remember what was her reaction.
Dinesh, he was here some time back, and he said he had done the Chaila dance.
Yes.
So,
Dinesh, he came from a ashram school from Bengal for training. So Dada asked me to train them. Those days, those who used to come from India, other schools or other places for training, I used to train them in physical education. So I trained Dinesh in physical education. Then he continued staying here. He did not go back. So he became captain, and then he was working close with me. So during the 2nd December, I asked him also to organize. So he did the Chaila dance for the 2nd December program. And that time also I used to try always to renovate things. For example, Prithin, he was also in Paris now. He was also my classmate, and he was a musician and a poet and a philosopher who has become slowly.
Yes.
So I asked him to compose music for the drills that I used to compose. You see, so without taking recorded music and all that, I used to give chance also to them to, according to my ideas, to make the music to suit to the movements that I used to make. So Prithin has composed 2 or 3 drill musics, and after that, naturally, you know nowadays also many musicians of the ashram, they compose music for the drills.
can you tell something about Chinmay?
Chinmay was elder to me, so I had very little contact with him. But naturally, in physical education, as I was responsible, I had contact with everybody because they had to come and take even socks or shoes or banyan. They had to come and take from me, and also all the groups. Those were in the groups till the age of 25. They had to come, and then many times when Dada was not well or anything, I used to replace him for the gymnastic marching, which Monada does now. You see, so that time I was very active here, and so I had contact with everybody.
Your association with Dada?
He was my elder brother. From him, I have learned everything. I have a deep respect and adoration for him, and even though I was not always agreeing with his views every time, but I used to tell him frankly, because I was sincere with him and he was also sincere with me. So we had a very good relation, and what I am today is, I can say that it is due to Dada. Naturally, mother is always there, you see, but technically and other things, it is what I am today, it is due to Dada.
So
Can
did
you-
you take part in the first 2nd December also, or used to guide them?
I used to take part also, but sometimes I was so busy that I could not always practice my own gymnastic figures. So last minute I used to do something. But most of the time I used to be a helper, or for example, for the gymnastic, when they are doing parallel bar or horse or vaulting or anything, I was always there to, if there is an accident or anything, I was there to help them, you see.
These days, Monada reads out something of what mother said on 2nd December after the program. So, are you aware of it? Whether she is to tell immediately after 2nd December program, she'll call all the participants, say something?
No,
about
she
the
never told immediately. She saw and she went back, and then sometimes she told, sometimes she did not tell on those days.
Aside from sports, will you tell us a little bit about the atmosphere of the ashram in those early days when Pondicherry was a very quiet town?
Yes. As I told you, we were staying in that house very close to the ashram. Then, because it was the weaving department, so we were, my mother, my brother, myself, and Namita, my sister, we were four of us in the same house with my auntie and the department. So after 1 year, mother gave us another house, which is now executive in the end of that road, that corner. So there she gave us that, and it was so far at that time that mother told, how can my mother remain with 3 kids so far? So my mother asked my father to come and stay with us. So from that time, my father remained with us in the same house. And before that, my father used to stay, when he came in 1938 for the first time also, before he was staying in Ananda house. There were all the Anandas, that's what it is called, Ananda house. My father's, when he had become sannyasi, his name was Kumudananda. After that, his family name, that other name is Kedar Sarkar, but his guru gave him, first guru gave him Kumudananda. So Kumudananda, Jogananda, Dhirananda, all the Nandas were there in that house, so it is called Ananda house. So that was the first time that my father came and stayed with us, and after that we went to Perumal Kovil Street. There also my father was there, and now after in 1952 we shifted to the present house, which is in Iswaran Kovil Street. That is in 1952. From that time we are in that house.
You said that mother used to visit Sadhak's houses.
Yes,
So
she visited our house in that which is the executive inn on the birthday of my mother, and then she visited also the house where we were there. That was not before us, because that was when Moon was born. To put Moon in the cradle, she came to that house.
So do you recollect any interesting memory of that time with the mother?
Yes,
She came there, how it was done, how she was received and what she did.
No, she came and she saw the house. She sat and we did pranam to her. She visited the whole house, and she asked who was staying and all that, because mother's idea was that everybody should have a room, separate room and all that, you see. So she used to see how each one is to stay and everything. She used to take a keen interest to know how everybody is staying. Once, for example, that time mother was not coming regularly to playground, and I was sick. That was, I think, in 1962 or 63. She just stopped coming, and she used to come only on darshan days so it was on April darshan. I was sick for a year. I was having stomach problem, and I was not getting cured. So I told the mother, and mother said, I'll come and visit. And then she came. This is a story which is very interesting, because I took the place of Narendra, because before me Narendra was responsible of the playground there, and he passed away due to diabetics. And after that I was very close to Jahar family also, Tara, Narendra and all that. So I was also admiring Narendra for his work and all that, because we learned a lot of things from him. So one night with my cousin brother, he used to come and sleep sometimes with me, Himanshu. And I was sleeping on the floor and he was sleeping in my bed. And then suddenly at night, I was having stomach pain. But before that, I was feeling that somebody was sitting on my stomach and trying to strangle me. So I shouted and woke up, and I started feeling stomach pain. So I said that I have indigestion. I went to the toilets and came back, and I went to sleep. And at once, I hardly closed my eyes, I heard, "Get out." My cousin brother, he shouted. So I asked him, he's elder to me. He asked me, I asked him, "Why did you shout?" He said that it was just I was dreaming. He did not say. So after that, I was having the stomach problem regularly for 1 year. Then I told mother, so mother said, "I'll come." And mother came and sat on my bed, and she asked me, "Where do you sleep?" I said, "Sometimes in the veranda of the playground, sometimes on the terrace, sometimes on the open air in the playground, middle of the playground." So she said, "No, from today onward, you'll sleep on this bed only." And she visited every room of the playground. And after that, I got cured. And after that, my cousin brother told me that he saw somebody running in the room. So he said, "Get out," and it went away through the door. So that was before mother came. After that, and during that period, before mother came, I used to feel always that somebody was walking behind me. I don't know if it was psychological or anything, but after that, after mother came, nothing, everything was
So since then your stomach
problems. But I'm a little fragile always from this side.
Any other interesting things like this with sadhaks or something that you recollect, which you like to share with us?
I was, as I told you, I was quite mischievous. One day in the ashram, it was Kali Puja. So there was in 1947. So we were hearing all the problems which were happening in India about the Pakistan and India. So Robi, another boy, he from somewhere he brought a matchbox, and in the ashram, behind this, there was a drum where they make boxes and other things for prosperity. There was a big drum where everybody used to throw papers and envelopes, and we used to go for collecting stamps from that. So he brought the paper and he took out on paper and he put on the window and burnt. It was burning. And then I told to Kalu, "See, one paper burns so well. So all this paper, what a nice fire it will make." So I put it inside, and Kalu also was there with me. And then it was, and Arvind Prasad was there, which is Shanta elder brother. Parudis, who was the director of the school, his younger brother. So he was 1 year elder to us. He got a little frightened, so he started shaking. And the more he shook, the fire went up till the ceiling. And Pujalal's room was the flower room. So Birenda was one of, not Birenda physical education, but Birenda another. He saw the light and he came out and saw that there was fire. So he took the full bucket with flowers and water and poured in it, and the fire was extinguished. He took the whole drum on his shoulder and he went up to show mother that what we had done. So when we came down, when at 12 o'clock we used to see mother. So mother told to Kalu and me that what you have done is not good. So no flowers now, and no meditation in the evening. We cannot come from. That was our punishment. And we were so sad. Then,
How long was that?
For 1 day only. Because Kali Puja meditation was there in the evening, so we could not come. So that was our punishment for that. And then in the next day, we saw a notice in the school that no more holidays because we didn't know what to do. So we used to do mischief on those times, you see. So no more holidays. So because of us, nobody got holidays on these puja days. So
You
from
attended many puja days like Kali.
before we used to, but
so-
from that day onward, it was stopped.
One last question I had about the mother giving the ground nuts in the playground.
Yes, so she sometimes groundnuts, sometimes sweets, sometimes this poshish, what is called, black gram. So most of the time it was groundnut at a period, and mother used to give 1 spoon to everybody, and then we could also, she used to also talk at the same time to us, so 1 or 2 word. And as I told you, once in Debuda was our French teacher, and I made a plane and I rejected the plane when he was taking the class. So he went and told mother, and then in the evening mother caught me. That time I was already captain, so mother called me and said, "See, you should not behave like this in the class and all that. You should learn French well. And so you see your brother, you can learn from him." I said, "Never I'll learn from my brother because he'll give me gatta." So that was all, you see. So now today I remember, I know that I had to go to France and you see, so that time mother told that I should learn French well.
And
So these are small anecdotes which
yes,
makes.
yes, wonderful. And did you recall any of the soup ceremony?
Which in the time
Was that before you
no,
when mother gave the soup?
I don't remember that exactly, but we had soup in the dispensary. Nipen
Yes, yes, I
started
remember
soup.
that, yes.
Yes, that he started. That I remember. But mother giving soup, I don't remember. But I know that she was giving.
Yes,
That I know.
Yes.
So any recollections of your contact with flowers?
We used to, during the Second World War, we had to count all the special flowers.
Yes, yes.
And so we had a competition among the children who could collect the maximum flowers, and we had to count them, arrange in a dish, and put the number and offer it to the mother. So that was our daily game for 1 year or more.
And mother would give some prizes?
No,
for collecting?
no.
Now, this was during the war, wasn't
Yes,
it?
this is during the war.
Yes, yes. It was a special thing.
After you left from ashram, you went away, and the physical education that was set up before you left. So how do you see that today?
See, when I came back, because I used to come every year, and I'm coming now twice a year. So I told them, because I see because children need something new always. So we should bring some change. So I told also Dada that Dada, you should change, and also some captains. So it is fine what is going on. It is very good program. Why do you want change? I said, even if you do a mistake, it is better to change and come back. Because when we use something regularly, it becomes stale. So what I see today, we are all becoming those who are captains now. Most of the captains are old, as the teachers also. So unless we bring new imagination and other things, it is not the age, not the which makes people old, it is the thought. But we have been teaching and we are not exposed to new things. So what I see, that we are continuing during what mother was there. And mother always said to create. So one of the school which I have started now in the villages, so my motto is creativity, imagination and initiative. That is the thing which I feel that we are lacking in the ashram now. So everything is going on fine and smoothly, but that enthusiasm I don't find which we had because mother was there, and we are not capable of bringing that. But we need also persons dynamic to push everybody. One person is enough.
Yes.
You see. So I feel that that dynamism is missing.
So how to achieve it?
Somebody has to take initiative. That's all. You see. That is the main thing, is to go forward. There will be difficulties. If you want to change anything, there will be difficulty. But you have to break that difficulty. You have to
Yes.
hold on. Because when I changed, I had a lot of resistance. In 68, when I put the new program, there was a lot of resistance. But I calculated everything and showed them that how every boy and girl will profit of this new system. So I must convince. So the same thing here also.
So what is your advice to the young generation who are joining ashram?
It is very simple. The teachers should be more enthusiastic, more creative, and give more dynamism to them, and go and not stick to the old programs, because the world has changed. It is not bad or good, it is different. So we must use the technology, other developments and other things. We cannot stay as, you see, we did not have television, we did not have internet and all that. Everything can be used in the good way or bad way. Nothing is in itself bad or good.
Your time, lot of gymnasts, athletes came from abroad and coached. So there was a lot of spirit. And
Yes.
progress was there.
But this, why not today? We can also bring today. But for
Yes,
bringing, we
yes.
need somebody to take
Yes.
the initiative. You see? So if you have the initiative, and if you want to struggle, because when to go up, it is always difficult. To come down, it is very easy.
So Namita, they takes lot of interest in her second edition programs. Lot of new things.
So you see, everybody is interested to do those programs, isn't it? Till now, I've seen whatever she has done, everybody is interested because she takes that initiative and all that. So everybody can take. The only thing is we have to create.
Yes.
We must be open to creativity. You see?
Mother was always open to
Yes,
things.
mother said you always try to go forward. You see? So I got that direct contact with the mother to go, and so I used to imagine all these drills and everything which I started, the trends. I brought new things always. And so that should be brought again, you see.
Yes. How did mother encourage you?
Whatever we did, mother always encouraged us. And that was wonderful, because as a child also, when we encourage, we want to do better. We want, and that time for everything, for example, for the birthday of everybody, we used to do some art exhibition. I used to do sculptures and all that. And when I used to bring it to mother, mother used to appreciate so much. After the 2nd December program, she used to admire and say, what I've done is wonderful. Always she used to encourage and all that. And that used to give us lot of energy. So
Yes.
what I have learned now for the education and what I'm giving, even in the village children that have started the school, as I was telling you, I tell the teachers what mother had told us, that when the first school started, the teachers who were there asked, what will be the program? What shall we teach? Mother said, do so that these children are happy. That was only a sign which mother gave, and a recommendation what mother gave. So, and that I am applying also now today, and I see that if they are happy to come to school, automatically they learn. You see?
Yes.
So that is what we are trying to do, and that is what I have learned, because mother has always encouraged us for every little thing. And sometimes when I see the past, some drawings and other things, it is so childish, But she at that time, it was wonderful for us at that stage. We cannot compare with somebody else. So everybody has got their level of consciousness and development and all that. So everybody is trying to do good, and we should admire and give more energy, because what I see in the outside world in education, say don't do this, don't touch this, but they never say what to do. So naturally the child doesn't know what to do. So instead of saying don't do this, we should say what we should do.
Yes.
We should go on the positive side and not on the negative side. So that is our aim, not only in school, but I see also in offices with managers and other things. They said it is not good.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what is not good? Then to be good, what we have to do? Show me the way that I can progress. But they never show. They said, no, this is not good, this is not good, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But what we should do? So that we have learned from the mother. The mother has always encouraged us and said, go ahead, what you are doing is fine. And sometimes she used to give indication. Say, so, for example, when I was in the National Institute of Sports, training the Olympic sportsmen, in fencing, the teacher comes and tells me that this boy is not listening to me and he does what he wants. So you please see what can you do for him. So when the boy came, I asked him what was happening. Say, I had a teacher who used to understand me and everything, and it was so fine. Now he doesn't understand me. He says that what you are doing is not right, you shouldn't do this, you should do that and all that. So I told the boy, you want to go to the Olympic Games? He said, yes, I want to go. So you can't have your previous teacher, because he's not in the same level. He's in the national level and he's in the international level. So you have to go through him. So you have to listen to him. So don't oppose him. You do what he says, and then when you are alone, you do what is best. Because he can't be on the action. You are only there alone with your opponent. So you do that what you feel best. But here you accept what he says. And then the next day I told to the teacher that why do you tell him always that this is not good, this is not. You tell him what you have done is excellent, fine. But why can't we try something else? And if you don't like it, you drop it, we'll drop it. And after a month, the boy comes and tells me, oh, he has changed, he's excellent coach. And he says that he has changed, he has become a very good student. And he went to the Olympic Games and he got the gold medal.
Really?
Yes.
Got the gold medal.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So you see, it is just a small little thing.
Yes.
What was his name?
I don't remember, Tuya or something. I don't. Because so many have gone in my hand that I can't remember everybody's name.
Wonderful. Again, we thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.